Hey, YouTube, how you doing? I'm at Lillishall for the next couple of days here in my room. It's actually quite a beautiful place. I'll show you out the window so you can see. Gardens are really nice. It's just a nice place. I'm up in the big tower house. But yeah, no, I thought I'd vlog a little bit today and film some stuff for my Road to Rio series. I'm in the gym with the elite squad, so the younger boys, sort of 8 to 14-year-olds. So I know it's great to sort of be in there, inspiring them to do well, and some of them are absolutely incredible. If you want to see my meals, I'll be posting them on my Snapchat, so I'll put a couple on the screen. But make sure you follow me on Snapchat. It's just Niall Wilson, and we've got all sorts of cool stuff on there. And I'm more frequently posting, so you can see kind of what I get up to day to day. Morning session was routines, preparing for next week's World Cup in America, which is my first comp this year. And since last year, I've really increased my difficulty in the apparatus, and you've seen routines for my pommel vault and P-bars this morning. Training's fantastic, actually. It's as good as it can be, and for me now it's about consolidating those bigger skills, consistently perform them in competitions and under pressure. Having the big start values, it is more difficult to train. I like to do the bulk of the work in the morning session in the first 3 hours, and then I can come back and do any repairs in the afternoon, and then work on my strength training to kind of burn the muscles out so I'm not fatigued for my routines. So now at the minute I do day on day off routines. That seems to work very well as a senior. As a junior, I could do back-to-back days, and some weeks I'd do Monday to Friday complete routines, but when the difficulty increases and the stress on your body, and and you get bigger and heavier, it's difficult, I think, to repeat back-to-back days. So a good training schedule for me is doing one day on, one day off. So as you see in my second session, I've come back and done repairs. If you're wondering why I'm wearing compressions, I just like to keep my muscles warm, and for those of you who know me, just know I like to keep warm. I got through this session very quickly in sort of 1 hour, and I did a lot of work. I had repairs where I made mistakes in the morning or something was a little bit off. It's, for me, I say at the end of every single one of my videos, to train smart. Probably think, what does that mean and what is training smart? At this point and at this stage that I'm at, sometimes it's not who does the most hours and the most work that has the most success. I think it's those who do the right things. You can train 6 hours a day going in completely the wrong direction, doing the wrong technique, the wrong things, and it's not going to get you to where you want to be. Sometimes it's what are you actually doing in that time. I'm reading this book at the minute, actually, which has got quite a cool analogy. Hopefully this will make sense. So in golf, you're allowed 14 golf clubs in your bag. Now, statistically, 65% of the shots are taken from 100 yards or less, which you need actually 2 to 4 golf clubs of the available 14. Interestingly, statistically, up to 40% of the shots taken in a round of golf are with your putter. So the guy who practices putting for the majority of the time, because he's using 40% of his whole game, is essentially going in the right direction and gonna have a better round of golf than the guy who actually just wants to hit a long drive, spend half of his week and hours practicing nailing his drive off the tee, but then never practices putting. Who's gonna get further? When I say train smart, I think a good thing to do now, and what I certainly do, is figure out exactly what is going to make you improve the most in the most shortest period of time. This second session, I've gone back and gone to the skills that are key areas for me. It took me 1 hour to get round the stuff I needed to do. For example, in a competition, if you nail all your routines and your difficulty, but you put your hands down on every single dismount, spend more time doing the dismounts. Pick out the key areas of importance in your training. So it is controversial. I really hope what I've said in this commentary really does help. Some people do believe it's hours. I think it's a mixture, really. If all those hours are really useless, then what's the point, So it made you think a little bit about your training. I wanted to answer some sort of unanswered questions. Now, I get a lot of comments in each video, and one was, can you give me a little bit of background information? How can you justify being a professional gymnast? How old are you, etc. So I wanted to just give you tell you a little bit more about me and my story and where my life is at. So I'm 20 years old. I started gymnastics when I was 4 years old. The reason being I was very clumsy. I've split my head open 3 times. So my parents wanted to give me some spatial awareness. From that age, I just absolutely loved it. Progressed and started competing when I was 9. Just progressed, loved the sport. Set goals, worked hard, and I'm here today now, 20 years old. I'm currently, and have been for the last sort of 5 years, on the Great Britain GB Olympic top squad. And now this is a funded squad, so we get funding from UK Sport, so that's incredible. Being able to get paid money to do what you love and the sport that you love is fantastic help. I train full time, a full time athlete. I'm not in education right now. I left school when I was 15, did all my exams early, gained A to C grades, GCSE on all the subjects: English, maths, science, ICT, media, PE. So that was fantastic. I knuckled down with them, and then the reason I left early was because it was my first Junior Europeans right in the time of the exams. So, I managed to work out with the school that I could get done early, and so I could focus on that competition. So what's training full time? For me, I train 25 to 30 hours a week, sometimes 30 plus hours a week. Day will look like a 3-hour session, then you break for lunch, recover, and then we'll have another training session, which can be up to 3 hours as well. So that's kind of a typical day, and me justifying being a professional gymnast. And I've competed in 2 Junior Europeans, Commonwealth Games and 2 World Championships, winning medals in all those things, which sounds absolutely crazy when I put it like that. And my next biggest goal of this year, going to Rio Olympics. I wanted to explain a little bit about this year and the fact that I'm making this series my road to Rio, but I'm certainly not in the team as of now. So right now I'm not officially going to the Olympics, so I wanted to clear that out. And this sort of series and it's me taking you on the journey of being selected. Now there's about 15 lads on the squad that certainly are capable of having a place in those 5 spots. There's only five spots that go to the Olympic Games, so it's really exciting. And I've got to do some proving to do. I've got to compete in lots of trials and put the scores in. But I'm just excited and having fun every day, which is my main thing. I've got to be having fun. But yeah, no, the video editing, YouTube is part of my hobbies. I love doing out in the gym, and I hope it can help thousands and thousands of young gymnasts out there. So for me, that's the reason I love making these videos. Some of my hobbies: I love sport. I love playing snooker. I love playing golf. I love playing Call of Duty. That's important to me as well outside the gym, that I've got my friends, I've got my family, and that I've got these hobbies. So I'm not so gymnastics. So that's important to me anyway. So yeah, I hope that answered some unanswered questions and give you a bit of info. Just if you've got any questions, just comment, and I'd like to pick out a few. I've been writing them down, and I want to include them in these next videos that are coming up on this Road to Rio series. So comment down below and I'll get them to you, boys. Get them to you. It's been a great day. I'm just heading to physio now, get some treatment. Hope you enjoyed this. Give it a like if you did, and share it to as many gymnasts as you can, because I want to get this this helping everyone, like I said. But yeah, thanks millions for your support, guys. It's much appreciated, and remember, train smart, keep it real. Hey YouTube, how you doing? I'm at Lilleshall for the next couple of days here in my room. It's actually quite a beautiful place. I'll show you out the window so you can see. Gardens are really nice. It's just a nice place. I'm up in the big tower house. But I thought I'd vlog a little bit today and film some stuff for my Road to Rio series. I'm in the gym with the elite squad, so the younger boys, sort of 8 to 14-year-olds. So it's great to sort of be in there, inspiring them to do well, and some of them are absolutely incredible. If you want to see my meals, I'll be posting them on my Snapchat, so I'll put a couple on the screen. But make sure you follow me on Snapchat. It's just Niall Wilson, and we've got all sorts of cool stuff on there. And I'm more frequently posting, so you can see kind of what I get up to day to day. Morning session was routines, preparing for next week's World Cup in America, which is my first comp this year. And since last year, I've really increased my difficulty in the apparatus, and you've seen routines for my pommel vault and P-bars this morning. The training's fantastic, actually. It's as good as it can be, and for me now it's about consolidating those bigger skills consistently perform them in competitions and under pressure. Having the big start values, it is more difficult to train. I like to do the bulk of the work in the morning session in the first 3 hours, and then I can come back and do any repairs in the afternoon, and then work on my strength training to kind of burn the muscles out so I'm not fatigued for my routines. So now at the minute I do day on day off routines. That seems to work very well as a senior. As a junior I could do back-to-back days, and